Family, welcome into another episode. Hendo and Yolanda. Hendonda?
Mm-mm,
Hendolanda? I
you're
don't
not
know.
gonna do
Whatever you
that.
want to call it. That's what you're getting. Good evening. How are you tonight, Hendo?
I am well in yourself.
I am doing fantastic tonight. Thank you. Look, we are doing a 31-day challenge this month where every day you are getting a piece of content from Hendo and myself on our respective channels. So whether it's a live stream, which more often than not it seems to have been, and we're happy to do it, or a
Right?
video, and the last week of the month we can do a short, and that's about it. But other than that, you are getting daily content throughout the month of December. And
Yeah, you tried to get me
as
to stream last night.
I know I wasn't feeling the greatest last night. Last night it was rough. I was not feeling well, but much better today. So
Okay.
feeling better. So I said, let's go. Let's go live. Let's do it.
hmm
Um, so I want to start by saying, Hendo, this is it. This is it. This is our time. We play the Steelers. It is rivalry week. I said it real slow to make sure I said it right. I am, and and just for everyone out there, we are going to do a full on preview on Thursday, but we're going to be here a few minutes tonight just to share a couple of things to watch as we get ready to take on these Steelers. How are you feeling about it, Hendo?
I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. Like I have some confidence, but I don't have my normal confidence that I normally carry it with because we haven't been doing faring too well against these Steelers. And this is a win and get in type situation. We win this game, we're in the playoffs. We win this game, there's still the opportunity for the Ravens to take the division from the Steelers because next week the Steelers play the Kansas City Chiefs, and then they end the season off with the Cincinnati Bengals, which is always a tough game for them, especially with the things that they have going on the injury side. But for me, I got some confidence, but we won't really know until we actually see the beginning of the game and see how they start out.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. Um, it's a matter of what team we're going to put out there on Saturday. It's so weird to say Saturday because I'm just so used to saying Sunday, but you know, FYI, just as a reminder, the game is this Saturday at
4:30. 30.
4:15, 4:30.
4:30.
4:30. Hendo and myself will live stream that game. So, and we might have a special Steelers guest
He don't want
joining us. And I think
he
that
don't want the
special,
problems. He
oh,
don't
he
want
don't
them
want the,
problems. He don't want the
okay.
problems.
Speaking of, there he is right there. Wanted to say hello really quickly to everybody. Thank you all so much for joining already. This is a short stream tonight just to kind of touch on a few topics.
Should.
Yes, Sean Coles, it is a home game. The Steelers come into the bank.
Wait a
Will
minute.
we protect this house?
Wait a minute. You
Yes.
saying that you saying that with a little too much confidence.
I mean, you're
When you
supposed to. You can't go to the game and say, will we
listen,
protect this house? I
you don't say
will.
you don't say we gonna
I
protect anything.
will.
We're one in
You have
eight.
to say it with, say
We're
it.
1-8 out of those 9 games. There had to have been some home games in there. The last one we
Absolutely.
had versus the Steelers on the road. Last one at home versus the Steelers, 2019.
I am pinning this comment right here because I want to be
Okay.
able to return to it. Let me put that, I'm starring that comment right there. Jackson
I
5
would love it. I would love it.
incoming. He said, watch. Okay, I'm ready. I love it. I love that. Equip Institute, thanks for being here. Yeah, they are coming to Baltimore. So a couple of things that we wanted to share tonight. First, breaking-ish news, because it kind of happened yesterday, but just didn't feel like going live. So there you go. Um, Deontay Johnson
Mhm.
well, he and the team have mutually agreed. To me, that's buzzword, right? That's buzzword for it ain't all that easy peasy breezy right now in the castle. They've decided, mutually agreed, that he would sit out for
Right.
this game. What does that mean to you, Hendo?
Well, I mean, he's sitting out all activities, meaning he's not practicing.
Yep.
He's probably not in the film room. He's probably sitting at home chilling. At least this week, he gets to collect his check. But it's just a sign that the Ravens aren't going to utilize him. Now, when the trade first happened, Ravens publications were like, "Oh my gosh, EDC didn't fleece the heck out of the Carolina Panthers. Look what he did." And it's kind of like this has not bared any fruit for the Ravens so far. Like, he has one catch for about 6 yards off of 5 targets. He is a former 1,000-yard receiver. He's a former Pro Bowler, and we can't do anything with him. And does that say more about the player, or does it say a little bit more about the organization in itself? Because this is a position that we have struggled with for decades. So, let the man go. I said it in a video before. Let him go. Let him go to another team. Like, if you feel like he's not that productive, what difference would it make if he went to Kansas City? What difference would it make if he went to Pittsburgh? Let the man go. This is a contract year. And I know this is hard to say about millionaires, but this is how he feeds his family. And being in a contract year, you let him go out there and get his money and feed his family and pay his bills. Don't hold him back and stifle him. Now he's going into a contract year, and they're like, "Look, bro, you haven't done anything the second half of the season." So that's going to lessen his money.
Absolutely. When I saw that, I said, okay, I don't expect Deontay Johnson to play any games for the Baltimore Ravens unless there is an absolute emergency that requires and necessitates it.
What would that emergency be?
I
Tez
mean, I
Walker
don't like
has
to.
a touchdown.
I don't like to
He's the new
say.
toast of the town. He's the new toast of the town. So,
I mean, I don't want to say injury, but that's the only thing that I could even remotely think of that would necessitate him coming back. But even then, I think the Ravens would, even with that, and again,
right.
hoping that everybody stays healthy, not wishing injury on anyone. But even with that, I think it would be a situation where they would find somebody else to fill in. We have our first super chat of the night. Notice I said first because that just means there are going to be more to follow on this very short, abbreviated live stream. Brodney is coming in with a $10 donation. Thank you, Brodney. He said, Panthers fleeced y'all and the Cowboys, Dan Morgan cooking. Hendo?
What's
Would you like to address your comment? Let me give the hearts for him. Yeah, thank you, Brodney. That's for you. Thank you for the donation. Hendo, what do you have to say about the Panthers fleecing? What does fleecing mean? Does it mean like
they got over?
Yeah, like you got over on someone.
They got the best of. Did them dirty.
Got it. Okay. All right. So the Panthers fleeced us. Is that true?
No, I don't think anybody fleeced anybody. I just thought it was a trade that the Panthers wanted to get him out of the building because he obviously is a cancer in the locker room. Also, they got part of his salary taken away, and they moved up a few draft picks. So that's better for them. I don't think anybody got fleeced. Dan Morgan has to show he can draft.
Has he done that? Has he done that?
It's his first year. Okay. This is his first year. Now with Mingo, he fleeced the Cowboys. He got the Cowboys on that one. They were desperate. He did his thing, but it's hard to say anybody fleeced anybody. It just hasn't worked out for the Ravens the way that we thought it would when he came in here. Because he's a legit number one receiver when his head's on right and he's utilized properly.
Yeah.
But
I mean, now that I have a more solid understanding of fleece, we didn't get fleeced, Brodney. No. I think, okay, we got him. Now it's a matter of we don't want him. But like Hendo said, let the man go. If he's not,
it's not that we don't want him.
It is because if you want someone,
it's your head coach.
Exactly. And so he is the one who's going to make the decision at the end of the day. So the fact that he's not playing, we can say the same thing to Ben Cleveland. Do we want him? No, we don't. We keep him around. We put him at center. Right. Okay, to say we're doing something, but do we really want these types of players? Absolutely not. No, we don't. We got another donation. I'm coming back for you, League Commander, because he had a question. If you have a question, go ahead. If you have a question, because we have about 5 minutes remaining in this stream.
If you 5 minutes,
if you have a question,
together.
If you have a question, please drop it in the chat for us because, like I said, this is an abbreviated stream. Let me go to Brodney's second super chat. Thank you. Thank you. That's for you too, Yolanda. What's for me? Did I miss
Maybe,
it?
maybe the super chats for you.
I did. I think so. Oh, well, okay. Thank you, Brodney. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Even though you didn't please us. Panthers just need to worry about, are y'all going to win some games? Ooh,
He doesn't want to win games. He wants to
I know they want
get
to.
the high draft. He wants
I
to
know.
get Shador Sanders.
I know. But thank you, Brodney. Let me get the hearts for Brodney. If you would like to be great and amazing, we really appreciate it. Any super chats that you provide us that go just toward helping us create better content for you. If you want to super chat, there is a button down below where you can click on the super chat on either channel or both, be, a rock star. And also there are join buttons on our respective channels if you would like to become a member of my channel and Hendo's. I didn't say or because, go ahead.
And
Join both.
you can request Yolanda to do more
You can
live streams.
request Hendo to do more live streams. You heard it here first. After this 31-day chat, let me tell you why you want to be a member of Hendo's channel. Because if you have been enjoying seeing his face all up on your screen for the last 2.5 weeks now, if you want to see that continue beyond December 31st, go ahead and join his channel, become a channel member where you can request additional live streams well into the new year. There was a comment I wanted to get to. I see you, Lead Commander.
Lead Commander?
Yeah. Is this a must win for the Ravens? I will start. Oh, go ahead, Hendo.
Go for it.
I think it's a must win for us because we don't ordinarily do well against the Steelers. They have the advantage in terms of the better record going against us, in history, if you want to count it that way. But I'm going to call it a must win for the Ravens because we have been inconsistent this season. We've been winning games. All right. We have been winning games. What are we, 9-5? We've been winning. But how have we been winning? And so some of the games have been a little too close for my comfort, for my liking. We need to be able to say, look, we finally figured it out. We can put it all together, and we're not going to allow the Steelers to get in our heads, remain there and rent free and lose to them again at home. So for me, it is a must win, not in this. Oh, and one other thing, if we win against the Steelers, the Ravens take the AFC North. So we become first in the division. I read that. I read that today. Jeff Zarebik said, if the Ravens win, we take first place in the AFC North. If that's incorrect, let me know. But I read that today. I read that. Yeah, I read that today, and I said, "Ooh, I'm going to bring that up in tonight's show."
I could have sworn that the Steelers had a better divisional record.
We beat the Bengals twice. We lost to the we have two wins and 2 losses. We beat the Bengals twice.
I think they're 3-1. They lost to the Browns once. They beat the Browns the second time. They beat the Ravens, and they beat Cincinnati the first time. So they should be 3-1 in the division, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh. Okay.
I don't know. It may be.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm not for certain of this, but as far as this being a must-win for the Ravens, yes, it's a must-win for 2 reasons. It's a must-win because psychologically, Pittsburgh has our number. It's just something about when we play those guys, we don't perform at our peak. Like, we can dominate the game before, and then we play them, and then we just look all out of sorts. Secondly, it's a must-win because we may see Pittsburgh in the playoffs. We may see him, and we have to have guys that know how to win against this team. Like, we have guys that's been on this team for some years now, and they are not technically considered Baltimore Ravens for the fact that they haven't beat the Steelers, because that's what John Harbaugh told his players. You're not really a Raven until you beat the Steelers, and a lot of them have not beaten them because for some reason we just get out coached and outplayed, and we just can't beat them. So yeah, it's a must win for several reasons.
For sure.
Plus, if we want a home playoff game, we need to take this division.
We do. Jeff Zarebik, it's not tweeted, it's posted, I guess, whatever, earlier on X. With a win over Pittsburgh, the Ravens would pull into first place tie in the AFC North, while at least clinching the wild card spot. So we have first place.
Yeah, it's not a first place tie because they have the lead because of their divisional record. So technically, they still would be champs of the North if they won out.
Okay.
That just gives us an opportunity, but they still have two very tough games to end the season. Whereas we have the up and down Houston Texans and Jameis Winston. You don't know what you're gonna get out that dude.
Chike, thanks for being here.
What's going on?
And thank you for the NFL news. Cardinal safety, Buda Baker, just
Mhm.
signed a 3-year, $54 million contract extension with $30 million fully guaranteed. Wow. I mean, I can't be mad at him.
Wait a minute, Bradley. How they had the same division record? Like they've only lost once, and that was to the Browns.
I don't know. I know I saw that earlier. So I want to say hello. Osmond, hi there. Thanks for being here. My channel members, I see you all. Sean Coles, Osmond, Equip Institute. Thank you.
In
Thank you.
Cleveland.
Who is better, Osmond wants to know, Ben Cleveland or Daniel Falele?
It's been Cleveland. I mean, if you go by PFF numbers and PFF grades, which I really don't, but they are sort of kind of a measuring stick. Ben Cleveland has graded out well in the games that he's played. Falele, he, for the most part, has been at the bottom offensively as the whole team, not just the offensive line, as the whole team being graded. He is consistently one of the lowest graded members of the Baltimore Ravens offense. So I'm going to go with Ben Cleveland. I mean, at
Yes.
least Ben Cleveland touches people when he get beat, if he gets beat.
I mean, I'm going to go with Ben Cleveland too. I just wish that we would stop toying with him. Let's stop playing games with him. Either we're going to use him or we're not. And I mean, by this time late in the season, week 16, it's apparent that we're just not going to use him. But yeah, I'm going to go with Ben Cleveland.
But yeah, if the Ravens win, they'll be 3-2. Correct.
Okay. Leon, hi there. I just feel sorry for Lamar Jackson. He's caught up in a bad situation. He can or cannot, I'm assuming can't, win a Super Bowl with these players. I think he can win a Super Bowl with these players. I do. We've added Derrick Henry, which is a huge boost.
Yes.
That really takes us to another level. We've seen Bateman really step up this season. Now, he's had some hits or misses. He's had some drops. But one thing about Bateman is that when he does, he usually is very good about coming back and making a big play to make up for it. So there's
Except for the
that.
Cleveland game.
Zay Flowers, yes, he's our number one wide receiver. Some might argue number two behind Bateman, but however you want to, whatever order you want to put them in, that's fine. But Zay Flowers, for the most part, overall, has been a very good wide receiver for us in his second year. So the biggest concern, Leon, yes, is our offensive line. Absolutely. And if we can just kind of figure out a way to work around that deficiency, i.e. Todd Monken, call the game of your life, especially against a, strong or very tough defensive front, I think we'll be okay. What about you, Hendo?
Yes, I believe he can win. As long as we have Lamar as the starting quarterback, we can do darn near anything. Now, he does need for some guys to kind of step their game up. And for me, the biggest component and the biggest piece would be Mark Andrews. Now, Mark Andrews is rounding into form, but we need to see this Mark Andrews during the playoffs. Because throughout the past, we haven't seen Mark Andrews come through at all. They talk about Lamar maybe not playing up to his potential. It's been Mark Andrews who, for me, has been truly a disappointment when it comes to playoff success. He just doesn't show up at all. So if they're going to go anywhere, they need him to step his game up. And if he does, it just opens things up for Bateman and it opens things up for Zay. So yeah, they can. And if the defense can figure some things out, which it looks like they possibly have with inserting our Darius Washington, like I said last year, my man Darius, you put him in the starting lineup, get interceptions, things happen.
Things
So
start to happen.
and to me, there are honestly truly no dominant teams in the NFL. Yeah, the Detroit Lions are 12-2, but defensively they are ailing some. You have the Philadelphia Eagles. We should have beat them. We could have beat them. Their passing game is a little suspect. Buffalo, and we trounced them. The Chiefs, they just find ways to win, but they don't look unstoppable like they have a few years ago. So there's an opportunity for the Ravens to go on a run and actually make it to the Super Bowl and win it. But we need everybody collectively to do their jobs, because we've seen early in the season how the Ravens did at one point in time look truly dominant. There were times where nobody could stop us, especially when we were running the ball. Now, for the first time in a long time, the Ravens aren't number one in the league in rushing, but it doesn't matter. It only matters game by game basis. And if they can run the ball, play action pass, and defend somewhat, they don't have to be number one, but defend somewhat, the Ravens can win a Super Bowl. Like, it's a hope,
Absolutely.
it's a wish.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
can coaching put it together? That's my biggest concern.
Mm,
This coaching staff, can they get it together when we need them the most to earn their paychecks?
Absolutely. Lead Commander Hendo is not going anywhere. In fact, you know what? You
You
two are
got it,
going to
sir.
be
That'll
no.
be that's his Christmas wish. I got it granted.
No, he didn't mean it. What he meant was you must
Got it
go and get ready to set up or organize a meet and greet, a meetup, so that lead commander can be the first one there to get your autograph. So he was saying you must go and figure out when we're going to organize that meetup in the new year. That's what he was saying. He's like, Hendo must go about that. Yes, and see, that's what he means, because lead commander wants to be there if we organize a meet and greet. Hey
All right,
there, Big Reg. Good
we can sing
evening.
the
Good
we can
evening.
sing the Washington Commodore song, their little theme song that they made up on YouTube.
Which is what?
Don't nobody know that song.
Mm. No. Okay, Suge. What was no? I'm behind.
He's
Oh, okay. I
saying
think he was saying
he was
no when I
saying
said that
no.
we were going to claim the record. Okay, we
That's
have
not.
the
That's not. He was saying no to. I think somebody mentioned the Steelers beating the Ravens, and he's like, no, because he is a closet Ravens fan. So
no, but then a minute later he said we have the better division record. So I think he was saying no to
yeah,
my
but like
statement.
they said, if we beat the Steelers, it's both 3-2, but they do have the better conference record. So
Yolanda,
that
don't be
is
like
better.
Ferris, giving out bad information. Look, that's what's out there. I'm just, I
Yeah,
forgot the word tie, but yes, there was a division tie. But if
at
that's
least
wrong,
at least she corrected herself.
yes, I
Ferris,
went to go
Ferris
look it
does
up.
not.
I
Ferris does
went to
not correct herself.
I went to go look it up and make sure that I wasn't misspeaking, and I did misspeak. Big Woke, I love that avatar, by the way. I meant to tell you that the other day. Big Woke wants to know, do you think Zay is a true number one option like Tyreek, AJ, Devontae? Well, see, why you got to go there with all these big names? Jamar, Jefferson, Lamb, or Cup?
No, he's a
No.
number one. He's our number one.
He's a,
He's
right.
our
Now, if
number
we
one.
were to put him on a team where he is playing next to a Tyreek, he's maybe wide receiver 2. Maybe 3,
Maybe
maybe 3,
no.
depending.
He'll be two.
Depends, because if you take him and you put him next to Tyreek, Waddle, he
You
might be
didn't say
number 3.
Waddle. You just said Tyreek.
But I'm saying if you put him on a current team,
He's our number one. That's all that matters.
yeah,
He's
he's
our number
our
one.
number 1, but if
But
you put him
the category you put him in, Big Woke,
mm-mm,
nah, bruh. Nah,
not even close to a Jefferson.
it's not
Now,
even.
I will say Devontae Adams has been struggling here as of late. He
He
really
struggled that last game.
I was just
They had
about to say he
178 yards.
and he didn't struggle the last game, but prior to that, we saw Devontae Adams, but it wasn't just Devontae, it was a quarterback too. It was Roger, Aaron Rodgers hasn't been the greatest. So there's that, but no, he's not. Good question. Thanks for asking.
He's
Couple
our
more.
number one. Ours.
He is.
All
He is.
ours.
Last thing I wanted to touch on, and then I'll scan real
Last
quick.
thing,
Last
it's only
thing.
8:10.
I know, and we promised a short stream, so we have to be true to our word. We don't want to
I
say
didn't
to
promise
people. We don't
anything.
want. Yes, you did. We don't want to tell our family members here watching that we're going to give them a short stream, and they go say every time she says that they here for 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to give you a short stream.
But that's the truth, though. Every
I
time
know,
you
but
say
we're trying to
that,
change the narrative, okay?
that's
Um,
not to 2025.
uh,
Stay true to who you are.
yeah, but it is what it is. So one other thing last thing that we wanted to bring. One last
MDT
thing.
Sports. No, MDT Sports.
I'll get there
Come
in
on.
a second. I'm going to get
Come
there in a
on,
minute.
bro. No, you're going to bring this up now.
Okay,
He
just
says Zay Flowers is better than CeeDee Lamb.
in what universe?
First of all, you in California, so I already know.
Yeah, he is. He's in
I already
California.
know. You just, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. One other thing we wanted to mention that came out yesterday, that we learned, or at least
No
no,
red.
that was 2 days ago. An injury that we need to keep our eyes on, and we'll talk more about it on Thursday when we preview the game. To the Steelers, one of the absolute terrors to the Ravens for the last many, many, many years. So, TJ Watt, I don't know if he's going to be a go. I heard
He probably
Mike.
won't.
No, I heard Mike Tomlin kind of give positive reports that he's making progress. So, look, I mean, I think they're going to put as much tape and, super glue, rubber glue, whatever they can put on his ankle because I think he really wants this game. So,
I
what do you
mean,
think? Do you think he will play or do you think he will sit out this one?
I mean, I think it depends upon his training staff because when you leave it up to the players want to play,
Yeah.
whether they're injured or not. And it's a division rivalry. It's a game possibly for the division. So I think he'll want to play. Another big issue is George Pickens. He's trying to come back and play after missing the last 2 games. So if Pickens and Watt don't play and we still lose this game,
Oh man.
you got to fire John Harbaugh
You have to.
on the
And then
spot.
after you
On the
fire
spot.
John Harbaugh, you have to come back here because we're going to have a long live stream
And
to
then
really
we
discuss it.
ask Sashi Brown who he wants to be the coach.
Oh no. Sashi Brown cannot be the anything for this team. He needs to go. Sashi Brown just really needs to go. Oh, I can't
Man,
stand it.
that man was successful in baseball, successful in football.
Yeah, but
Like,
at some point your luck runs out. Osmond says the main problem is the O-line is iffy at best. Absolutely. That's it, Osmond. We're pretty good against lackluster defensive fronts. When we go against a D-line that just isn't that great, we look pretty good. But then you put us against the Steelers, or you put us against, even though they're losing, the Browns, we get
mhm.
exposed. We just can't. We don't have an answer for Myles Garrett. We don't seem to have an answer for T.J. Watt. That's it. So that's what I'm
So
thinking.
so looking at TJ, thinking about TJ Watt, thinking about Myles Garrett, thinking about Chris Jones,
Yeah. Oof.
and how when they play the Ravens, it's just funny to me how they pick where they want to go. Like they'll tell the defensive coordinator, "Nah, I'm not lining over the guard this time. I'm
Mm-mm.
going over
Put me
against the
over here.
tackle."
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, shouldn't Nnamdi Madubuike be used in a similar fashion? I
I think
mean,
you have to have the talent to do that.
are
I
you
think
saying
you
he's
have
not talented?
established.
He had
I
13
think
sacks last year.
I'm talking about this one. I'm not talking about what he did last year because that doesn't care. It's not like rollover minutes, carryover minutes. It's not like, oh, well, he got 13 last year, so let's roll some of those over this year. So how many does he have this year? Last year was a contract year. He was playing for his life, his money, his bag, his next check. He got it.
Did you say
And
his
then what do we see
I
now?
told you you're hanging out with me too
Nnamdi
long.
Madubuike, he's okay. He's pretty good. He comes up with a big play every now and again. Great. Great. That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
but I'm just saying, as our best defensive lineman, our highest paid, shouldn't he be moved around?
He should. And I think if we were going to apply that philosophy, last year would have been the year to do that because he was showing you week after week after week, hey, I'm serious. I'm dominating.
Yeah,
He
he
showed you
had he
that.
had Clowney. He had Clowney taking up a lot of double
Right.
teams. So
He had a lot
mm,
of double teams that were taken up by Clowney, which I really missed him. I do. I miss Jadavian. Give us back Jadavian. You can have Deontay, but just give us back Jadavian. Um,
too.
so wanted to take a few. I'm trying to skim real quick to see if we have any questions because I don't want to miss them. Meet up with
Oh,
Hendo and Brodney. Look at that. See, lead commander.
that's right.
Wasn't that a heck of a spin? Didn't I convince you there? Hendo must go to research where we're going to do a meetup. Yeah, you like that, right?
But you know
We are
what?
going,
One thing that did happen, we might have an addition by subtraction because Nelson Aguilar is in concussion protocol, so he might not play.
but Don Royal said Nelson Aguilar was it. I showed that in the beginning of the live stream and we kept going and I missed out. I wanted to ask him, was that a typo? Don Royal about Nelson Aguilar? Were you joking me? Were you
He was
kidding me?
joking. He was joking
I
because
know.
Don is
I
normally
know.
on point.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
normally
I'm just
so,
giving him a hard time. Yeah,
and
I
and
know.
it's crazy that he got concussed on his only catch, which was an amazing catch. Like
Yeah.
it's an amazing catch. Now if he'd have threw it right to him, it would have bounced off his hands.
Hi
So I
there,
guess that
Jay the
means
Six.
what's going on, Jay? I
I'm
guess it means
sorry.
more Tez Walker.
Yeah, and I mean, if Tez wants to do a repeat of what he did last week, I don't mind bringing him out more. Sure, let's go ahead. So, we have another tip. You guys are just showing out tonight on this abbreviated stream. This one is $4.20 from Brandon Buck. Let me pull that comment up. Thank you for your support.
Appreciate it. It's
Thank you.
probably
Thank
it's
you.
probably somebody now you thought you was getting Buddha Baker, but you're not. Probably something like that.
No, he didn't even. Do you have a comment that you'd like to share with us? We'll make sure that we pull that up. That's for you, Brandon. Thank you. Much love to you. No, Big Reg, we are not. This is not a 2-hour stream. We're about to wrap this stream right up in a nice, neat little bow. But those are the things that we wanted to kind of just chit chat about. And I think that's everything. Let me scan through to make sure I didn't miss any questions.
Rod, don't do that, Rod. No, Rod.
Yolanda hates Brown. I don't hate him. I can't.
She
Look,
did.
I've
That man ain't do nothing to
expressed,
you.
yes, he has. And I've expressed it because you've asked me at least, 5 times. Why do you dislike the man so much? Why don't you like Sashi Brown? And I've explained it.
There is no reason to hate people for no reason.
I don't hate him.
Should not. You do hate him.
I do
You should.
not. I don't have the, I
You
don't
should
have,
see your face when his name is mentioned. There's just no place in this world for just hate for no reason.
I do not.
Sad state of affairs.
I don't like him. I just don't. I'm just going through to make sure I didn't miss anybody.
See, Brandon?
With a
That was
comment.
I told you that was Brandon. What Brandon was saying. Ha ha! You not getting Buddha Baker.
You're not getting
I
Buddha Baker.
know. I
Okay.
know.
Good for him. I mean, shoot, I would have liked for him to maybe come over to the Ravens, but hey, he got his bag. He got his money. Steeler 4L player. Go Steelers. No.
Oh, I get it. Steelers 4 losses for the end of the season, player. Got it.
That's
Got it.
terrible.
Y'all about to lose 4 straight and lose the division. I got you. I got you.
That's terrible. Oh, wow.
He put it in his name. I didn't do anything.
That's not what he was saying. Anyway.
It's a flex on.
Yeah.
I mean, we should only hate John. Like, that's a fact.
Yeah.
He's giving us reason. Like, it's not like we just said, oh, John Harbaugh, I dislike him. Just his pompous attitude. He's given us year after year, failure after failure of why we shouldn't like him.
Yeah. Big Woke, I agree in part, and I disagree with this statement that if Watt doesn't play, that like increases our chances astronomically for winning the game. It does. The other component, however, I think is the coaching. I think when John Harbaugh sees Mike Tomlin, just some type of instantaneous mental block magically appears. So if we can figure out a way to overcome that, yes, I would agree. So that would be my only.
It's kind of like when Jim Harbaugh sees John Harbaugh. He's like, oh, no, big brother. And John sees Mike Tomlin. He's like, oh, don't hit me. He's like, you flinched. 2 to the head. Bye-bye.
Flex Zone Podcast. We see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hassan, happy holidays. Happy holidays to you too. All right. Well, yes. Let me pull up Rod Wave. Hey there. I wasn't going to let you sneak in without me saying hi. And Kamal Porter, MDT Sports.
Then put Justin Tucker on the spot. Lord, please, Lord, no. If this game comes down to a field goal,
you didn't have to go there,
I'm ending the live stream before he kicks it.
No, we're not. We are live streaming the entirety of the game, and then that evening, or maybe the next day, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Because our mentally special guest, he's gonna be looking at me with this glazed look, and I'm gonna go off. So people don't see that. I'm just gonna end the stream a little bit early.
Big Reg wants to know, what did Sashi Brown do wrong? I have said my reasons for not liking Sashi Brown. That's it, MDT. Yes. Sashi Brown is just, I'm not going to say he's trash. I don't like to call people trash, but we'll go with it. But yes, so.
You not realize Sashi Brown has no power in this organization whatsoever?
It doesn't seem like anybody does, really. Who has the power in this organization?
Dick Cash used to have. Dick Cash
No, I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about used to. Who has the power in this organization right now? Leave it in the chat.
When you have tenure, you have a say. Then you bring somebody new in, everybody else gets elevated. You have to work your way up and wait for those people to leave so then your voice can be heard. Like, that's how it goes in the Ravens organization. I'm sorry. That's how it goes.
No. Let me answer the question so we can wrap this stream
Did you
right
say
up.
Sashi was too sassy?
Who said that? Sashi is way too sassy. Exactly. Here's why I don't like Sashi Brown. Here's why. Sashi Brown is a well-established attorney. I'm an attorney as well. when I see Sashi Brown,
Mhm.
not a fellow jurist out here not really doing much of anything to help this organization, I mean from a legal standpoint, I get upset. I get
If I
offended.
if
I
I
don't want to
don't
hear
have a voice,
I
what
don't
can
want to
I
hear
do?
I don't want to hear I don't have a voice. Do something.
What
Kick
can I
up
do?
some dust. Kick up some sand. I don't know. Go in
You
there and
you
raise
you have an organization where the head coach has almost as much power as the general manager.
Hi
What voice
Abdul.
what voice do I have? When can I give my input? Hey, I think you should draft this guy. He didn't go to Michigan, but
Oh, I
and
see
it's
how this works. So if you don't have a voice, it's okay. No, it's not
I
okay.
mean I mean
You
if they're not
speak,
listening to you.
it doesn't matter. They're not listening to half of the people who have some common sense around there. So what difference does it make? At least join the club of those who are not being listened to. At least do that. Show me, demonstrate to me that you are coming in here to make change, to make a difference, to change how this organization makes historically bad decisions,
That's what he thought he was gonna do.
mismanages money. Don't get me started on how this organization has mismanaged
You
and
have a super chat.
misappropriated funds. That's not
You
what
have a
we're
super chat.
here.
You
That's
have a
not what
super
we're here.
chat.
Just
You
do
have a
me a
super
favor,
chat.
hit the
You
like
have a
button.
super chat. You have a super chat.
I know I'm going to get to it in a second.
Stop hating on that guy. Stop hating on
I'm
that
not
man.
hating
He's
on
doing
him.
he's doing the best he can do. That's like
Mm,
if I was brought into the organization and I just gave my opinion and they're like, "Yo, who is you?"
he might try and ban me after after listening because I know they out here listening to these
They out here
streams.
listening.
They do, they do. So he
I've
might,
already been shadow banned.
yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised, but that's okay. I have a big enough mouth that I'll find another platform. I'll go somewhere else.
They better not never let me ask John Harbaugh a question.
Mm, Okay, super chat. Let me get to it. Let me get to the super chat.
We were at the
Jonathan,
game. We were at the game sitting behind John Harbaugh, and I was about to scream, and my daughter put her hand. She's like, "Mm-mm,
good.
mm-mm."
See,
Like,
see.
you suck.
Terrible.
She wouldn't let me do
Jonathan
it.
Austin, thank you for the super chat. They can beat a
Ah,
healthy Pitt if they play smart football. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the support. They can beat Pittsburgh.
Steelers
Even
living rent free. Steelers
even
living rent free in Baltimore. Come on.
they can. Thank you again for the super chat. But I thank you for the support. I think we can beat the Steelers. I do. It's
Of course,
just a
man.
matter of it's like you see someone who you are just continuously afraid of and you buckle when you see them. Okay, what am I missing?
First of all, he said Steelers live rent free in Baltimore. It's rivalry week. What are we supposed to be talking about? But then you say you hope it's competitive, dude.
You got to pick a
You
side for
kick,
me.
dude.
Hi. Hi.
You kick 6 field goals. You kick 6 field goals in a game.
You got to pick a side. You got to let me know
And,
where you stand. You got to let me know where you stand.
6 field goals. And you talk about be competitive.
Yolanda
We
always
lost.
say
We lost by a bad 2 point conversion, and our kicker missing kicks. Competitive. All right, this is why we about to beat the brakes
off
off of the
the
Steelers.
Steelers.
I didn't.
But
You didn't
then
got.
see,
I didn't change my
but
mind now.
here's what I want you to do though. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Is it Hoy or Hi? Let me know in the chat. Give
Just
me the phonetics. Tell me how
H
I should pronounce
H
it.
H Gwen.
H Gwen. I'm just gonna call you Gwen. Well, yeah, I'll call you H Gwen because Gwen doesn't probably. Okay, there you go. H Gwen. Listen, what I want you to do though, because we know
Suge,
Suge
get your
is.
life together.
I
Get your life
want
together.
you.
Suge. Get your
I
life
want.
together, sir.
I want you to make sure that you come back and leave a comment, have your face in the place when we beat the Steelers. I don't want you to, run scared and be like, man, I'm not going over there. I talk too much smack
Right.
and they're going to go off on me. That's okay.
I'm gonna go off.
Why?
I'm gonna go off. And it's a
Hawaii.
Saturday too.
Hawaii.
Why?
Hawaii.
Why?
Okay. Hawaii. Okay. Thank you.
What was?
Okay. I'm going to enjoy every moment on Saturday. I hope you do. And I
I
hope you
appreciate you
enjoy it
coming
with
around though.
us. I hope you enjoy it with us during the live stream. I want you to come by. I know you might have your favorite Steelers, YouTubers who you want to watch them on replay. Come over here because we want to be able to call you out and say, why? Why?
Why do you like that team?
Stop it. I was going to say, where are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Why do you like
See,
that team? But that's okay. We're gonna have a Steelers fan in the stream with us. He can suffer along with you. His knees are gonna buckle. because every year up until the fourth quarter, he just sits there on stream with this sad, pitiful look on his face until the end, and he acts like he knew it was going to happen. But this week, it's going to be different. We have a different Lamar coming out the bye. He's more focused than ever.
Yeah.
He's determined that he can beat the Steelers. He's determined to prove that he can beat the Chiefs. It's a wrap now. We needed everything to happen. We needed everything to happen up until now to be the team that we need to be going forward. Bump all that. You done got me hyped now. We're going to beat the Steelers.
This is your fault. We were going to be here for 15 minutes and it's now been 40. Philip, yes, you're right. Third time is the charm. We're winning. Why? We just told you what's going to happen. So you don't even need to watch the game. Just come and hang out with us because we're going to win the game. Tanja is in the house. We have the Ravens flock queen with us. And Tanja, your mom's birthday was December 12th. Happy birthday to your mom. I hope she had a lovely birthday. Yes. So we are going to get out of here. Don't forget, Hendo and I will be back on Thursday live to preview the upcoming game. We are going to be back on Thursday to preview the upcoming game against the Steelers. What did you say? We just gave them some hot takes, things to keep your eye on. And I said at least 3 times during the show, I said, make sure that you come back for our preview of the Ravens versus Steelers. So Shug says, I'm not a Ravens fan. I don't know, Shug. I have questions sometimes.
Ooh, okay. Let me ask why.
No. We're going to go.
No, but I need to ask why a question.
Okay, go ahead and ask why. Where's why? Okay.
Why? Do you go into Steelers spaces defending Lamar Jackson?
Ooh, good question. Hawaii, let us know.
I just need to know if you go in Steelers spaces defending Lamar Jackson. Because Sugarton does. Sugarton is on Twitter all the time defending Lamar Jackson. So for him to say he's not a Ravens fan, I'm going to call you a liar.
All right.
Nigerian Nightmare.
Hey there. Salute to you. Thanks for being here.
Is that Christian Okoye?
We just wanted to come in, talk about a few things, and we have done that. Hendo has a show in 30 minutes. Where can they find that show, Hendo?
You can find that show on Sugar Knight 323's channel. It is a steel claw. where we talk Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and sometimes the Carolina Panthers if they did something. Which means we don't really talk about them that much.
Yeah, not at all. Okay, excellent. So make sure you come back on Thursday, and then we'll see you again probably on Friday. Mm-hmm. And then we'll definitely see you on Saturday. Yeah, probably Friday. Then we'll definitely see you on Saturday where Hendo and I will live stream the game with hopefully a special guest to join the stream with us, who is a
mentally challenged special.
Stop it. But we will see you very soon, family. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining. Keep up the positive energy. This is Ravens Steelers rivalry week. We need all the good positive mojo we can get.
Dawn, wait a minute, Dawn. I thought, man, you was good, Dawn.
I love it, Dawn. Yes, there's nothing to say about Florida State. Will see you.
Y'all talk about Florida State right now, but next season when Deion Sanders is the head coach, then let's have that conversation.
It is rivalry week. You're right. Why? All right. Last question from Sean Coles. Do we want another diva wide receiver?
If they can play, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard this about wide receivers. A lot of them. I mean, the really, really good ones. The ones that Big Woke mentioned have that kind of diva-esque mentality. They want the ball. They get upset when they don't get the ball. When, they're like, hey, this isn't working. So, I mean, if you're going to have a diva mentality, that's okay. But you've got to be able to have that play on the field to compensate, to show for it. If you're just going to...
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
You know what's crazy about that, though? John Harbaugh loves Steve Smith. And he is the biggest diva. He loves himself some Steve Smith. And Steve Smith was a get me the ball type individual. But we had no issues there. Maybe because he played special teams. I don't know. But we've had a diva receiver that needed and wanted the ball. And we saw what happened with Flacco when Steve Smith came over here.
Yeah.
Special connection. So I'll take it all day.
I'll take it. Honestly, Sean, if they can play, if they rank amongst the names that Big Woke mentioned earlier, you're Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, if they're if they're elite like that.
We don't We don't need no more Yamon Figures, Tommy Streeter, Marlon Browns. We don't need no more of them. Half y'all don't even know who they are. We don't need no more of them.
Whoever they are, we don't need them. And I'll take Hendo at his word. Family,
Baltimore
thank you.
Ravens wide receivers drafted. Well, Marlon Brown was undrafted, but drafted guys that the Ravens thought were going to come and be special and did absolutely nothing. Jaleel Scott.
Mm.
I mean, it's just the list goes on.
Queen,
James Prochet.
you can't talk too much about James Prochet because Coach might watch this. So just
Devin Duvernay.
Yeah. Anybody watching Hard Knocks?
Jordan Lashley.
All right, we're going to go now, family.
Yeah, I'm watching Hard Knocks. Oh, I'll be streaming it. I'll be after we finish Steel Claw. I'll be watching. I'll be watching to see what's going on and just see how real head coaches act on the sideline.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Family, good to see you. Thanks for being here. We will see you very soon. Tomorrow, you will see us probably in video form, and we'll be back on Thursday. I mean, you never know, because if something happens major tomorrow, in a good way, then we have to live stream because we got to give the people what they want. So we'll see you soon. Until next time, you take care, stay safe, and always remember, go Ravens.
Fire John Harbaugh.
God bless.